So this is Thomas. Thomas is he's a tech scholar at his school. He loves technology. He really wanted to build a drone as a tech project, so we've invested in stuff. Maybe we've gone too big too early, I don't know, but we've invested in stuff. Thomas, do you want to tell them what we've got? Because you know better than me.
Okay, well, we're running with the Sharp Bite system. For the F, we have a Kakute F7 and the stack with the ESC2 for on ESC.
And we're running the Archer RS, aren't we, for the receiver?
Okay.
So what we've got is we've got it plugged into Betaflight. When you do the tilting on Betaflight, all that stuff moves in Betaflight. We'll screen share that for you in a minute so you can see that. So it connects to the PC fine. We've got the green and blue light on there. We've got the Taranis. Which one is it, Thomas?
Q7 light.
Q7 light. So if I turn this on, the first thing we get is a throttle warning.
So if you lower the throttle, does that go away?
Yeah, then we get fail safe not set.
Okay.
So press any key. And then when we do that, what happens is we get a green light on the receiver.
Okay, great. So the receiver's bound. That's a good sign.
And we flashed everything to death. So we're okay. So if we go to the receiver screen,
right,
nothing, and then we start moving joysticks.
Right.
Nada.
Okay. So I think in our email, we checked the wiring between the receiver and the flight controller, but let's just sort of start from scratch. So you've got the Archer RS. You should have the S-Bus out. Are you trying to use S-Bus or F-port?
So we have 4 cables connected out, don't we? We have the ground, the 5 volts, and then we've got the S-Bus out and the S-port connected.
Okay, that's as it should be. And then, is there any chance that I could see that? It looks to me like that S-Bus wire perhaps is hanging over the pad enough that it might or might not be touching something. I don't know for sure.
The yellow one, is that the yellow one you mean?
Yeah. It's in the right position for sure. I don't know if you can see whether it's touching any other part of the receiver, any other components. It's probably okay if it's not. I mean, it's not the best, but it probably is working as long as it's not touching anything else.
Yeah. Well, there's no bits of metal sticking up underneath it. So
okay, we'll let that pass for now. The plastic insulation on these wires is very difficult to get it to solder well because the heat of the soldering iron melts back the insulation as you're trying to solder it. Wires with silicone insulation are easier because it doesn't melt like that. It might be preferable to try to use the through holes to put it through the through hole and solder it that way.
Shall I take you over to where they receive, no, Joshua?
Yeah, so that's fine for now, though. We'll let that pass for now. Let's take a look at the flight controller then, and we'll just confirm where that yellow wire goes. Yeah, and the same thing has happened here. Do you see how the insulation is melted back a good ways? The problem with that is that, over time, as it moves around, you could accidentally get it sort of crossed wires with maybe a 5-foot wire, or even worse, a VBAT wire would be worse, although there aren't any of those nearby, I don't think. And it can just make issues. So certainly something to try to work on as you proceed.
Yeah.
And later that kind of thing is likely to cause little gremlins that something stops working and you can't figure out why. So for the time being now, that is what is, I can't quite see because the shadow, what is the label for that pad? And count up from the bottom with me. So on the very bottom left, the very first wire is ground, right?
Yeah.
And then 5 volt.
Yeah.
And then R4, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bang on.
One of the confusing things about those Kakutes is that the labels, it's hard to tell whether it's the top or the bottom. So I have to count. Exactly. I have to count up. So we're on R4, which should be UART 4 for the receiver. Yes, correct. And in the configuration tab, we'll check the receiver protocol. And I think this is also correct, but we'll just double check. Scroll down here. S-bus, all correct. Okay, so at this point, if the wiring is sound, then we should have movement in the receiver tab. That's all correct. Now, have you done any changes in the CLI?
Might have done, try various videos that tell us to do something.
Let me check something. So what we're going to type here is get space serial RX underscore. That's fine. Just hit enter right there. We'll get them all. So let's turn both serial RX inverted and serial RX half duplex off. Those have been changed. I imagine you were trying to get it all working. Let's try turning those off. Type set space serial RX underscore. And what you can do is you can just just hit tab to autocomplete.
Yeah.
Equals off. Enter. And now do the same with serial RX underscore inverted. Now, I'll be really impressed if that fixed it, because I imagine you've been through all those options, but let's just see if that fixed it. Go to the receiver tab.
Hey!
Hey!
Woohoo! Yeah, Joshua, you're a legend.
Oh my God, I thought it was going to be way harder than that.
I cannot tell you how many hours of video we have watched. Yours mostly, but everyone else's as well. Literally, we've spent, I reckon we spent 20 hours on this.
Somewhere in your troubleshooting, you changed those options, then you forgot that you changed them. And then everything else you did from then on wasn't going to work because those options weren't how they were expected to be.
Oh my God.
So let's keep at it though. Let's check a few more things because I can already see another thing that isn't right. Okay. So I think your channel mapping is wrong. Like I think move your throttle up and down. You see that the roll channel is moving?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we need to do is over where it says channel map, you can put that in any order you like, but one of the presets usually works. Click the pull down and try the Free Sky one. Let's see what it says. No, that's the one you're on now. Try the Spectrum one. And I know you have a Free Sky radio, so why would you need the Spectrum preset? Yeah, hit save.
So I press save now, yeah.
Correct. Now let's check it and see if that's right.
Hey, there we go.
Check all four of them. Throttle, yaw, pitch, and roll.
Yeah, that's roll. That's your, yeah.
Okay. So that's nice. That's good.
So my throttle is central on, so my throttle is roughly central. That's throttle central and it says 1, 2, 5, 4. Is that right?
That's pretty far off. So that is most likely to be a calibration issue.
Yeah.
So do you know how to calibrate the sticks on the controller?
No.
Long press the menu button. Now page to the I think it's the hardware screen. There's going to be a calibration option there. There we go. Click the jog wheel.
Click the jog wheel, Thomas.
Now press enter. Now the first thing, maybe have one of you hold the camera while the other does the stick.
Yeah, you do.
Now the first thing you're going to do is center the sticks and center the potentiometers. Yeah, up with the switches, the potentiometer as well. Yeah. Yes. So you don't need to center the switches. The switches don't need calibration. Just the
one here.
potentiometer knob. Yes, sir.
Okay, there we are.
That's the one. Are there any other? There's no side sliders on that radio?
No.
No. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, there's one.
Okay.
There's a switch at the top. There's a switch.
Yeah. Switches don't need calibration. Only analog controls do. Okay. So now that they are calibrated, now that they're centered, click the jog wheel one time. And what I want you to do is, as gently as possible, touch the sticks to the extreme left, right, up, and down.
Yeah.
And do it very gently. Don't press very hard. Just gently touch. It's the touch at the end that has to be gentle so that you don't compress the plastic at all or anything. So you don't have to move the stick slowly, but just as you reach the end of travel, touch gently. And the reason you're doing that is because you're telling the radio right now what the full extent of travel is. So if you press really hard now, the radio will think that's how hard you're going to press all the time. And you would like the calibration to be conservative.
Yeah. You're going all the way down.
Yeah. Yeah. So it doesn't matter how fast you move it, just that when you reach the end, you touch very gently.
Okay.
All right. And do the same for the potentiometer for the knob.
Right, so turn that all the way to
All the way
right.
left, all the way right.
Yeah, keep going all the way around.
All the way left.
And all the way to the far extreme.
Mm-hmm. And now at this point, let's go back and recheck that channel center. So the next thing you would want to do is set up your aux modes, your arming modes, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to forward you a video that may help you get started on that.
Yeah.
I'll forward that to your email, and
we'll watch that.
And I think you're well ready to proceed with that. Oh, nice, nice.
No, this is Alfie. Shall we say, we got a camera on. We've got a camera on. Let's introduce you to Alfie. Hold on. Alfie, come here.
Awesome.
His birthday today.
It's Alfie's birthday today.
Oh, is that a Cocker Spaniel?
Working cocker, yeah.
Oh, nice.
His birthday today. Yeah, you barking, Joshua. He's nice. Down you go. All right, Joshua. Well, look, that's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
You are the legend that everyone says you are.
Hope you can get some flight time for once.
Well, we're going to work on it, so we're going to get on with the camera and stuff next. But we'll keep watching your videos. But thank you so much.
Absolutely. Don't hesitate to contact me if you need more help.
Yeah, I will do, mate. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You guys as well. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Okay, cheers. Bye.
What are you doing in here? The least you could do is subscribe or join my Patreon or just here's another video I picked out for you. Jeez.